team. We are a team.
Okay, guys. I wonder if you're wondering yourself why we're playing music to the plants. And my wife has an answer for you. So prepare yourselves.
I've heard that it could help.
Help what?
A plant.
Help plant do what?
That looks sad. Like, look at its little leaf. Oh!
What is going on, guys? This is Matt the Lawn Care Little Guy, and this is my unboxing video for the Chapin 4-gallon 24-volt backpack sprayer. So this is what I've chosen for my business this year, and I'll tell you why I chose it. One of the reasons is because it's a very, very popular backpack sprayer. It's 24-volt battery operated, so it's going to give me constant pressure. I did not want a hand pump style because I wanted to be able to apply as evenly as possible, especially me being a rookie and all. So it's pretty simple. It is 4 gallons, rechargeable. It came with a charger, but I'm about to unbox all this stuff. But the other thing about this, about Chapin, is a lot of the repair parts, replacement parts, I found out are actually very easy to get a hold of, and they're fairly reasonable in price as well. So that's one of the reasons why I got, or a couple of the reasons, the main reasons why I bought this particular sprayer over others. So if you own this sprayer, I wouldn't mind having a comment or two of how you feel about this sprayer. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox this, and I'm going to show you the different things that came in it, okay? Number one thing is the instruction manual, okay? Comes with a great manual. It comes with nozzles. It comes with looks like two different nozzles, maybe 3 different nozzles. I'm not sure, but honestly, I'm only going to use one of these that I know of. It's got this brass one, and that's for a cone shape, right? And it's adjustable, so you can adjust the coverage of the cone, or you could have it very, very pinpointed. And then there's the red plastic one. The red plastic one is going to be the fan, and this is what I'm probably going to be using mostly. The reason being is because it's going to just kind of put a fan out, not a cone. I like the pattern. That's very good for what I will be doing with the pesticide spraying. And it's also going to create the largest droplet size, which is going to help me to reduce drift. And drift is a pretty big deal when you are spraying things that kill plants, and you're spraying around plants that you do not want to kill. So you want to have a lot of control over that and reduce the amount of drift. So there's also the wand. This wand, actually, my first impression of it is that it has a pretty good quality to it. It's cold like metal. I'm not sure that it actually is metal because it's somewhat flexible. Not a whole lot different than what you might find in a box store, but it seems like it is a step above what you might find on the cheaper sprayers at the big box stores. And then we have the sprayer itself, okay? It comes with a big mouth wide opening so that it's easy to fill. Cap comes right off here, and there's actually a strainer inside this as well, right there. That's nice because it decreases splashing. It comes with the hose, mostly put together, with the exception of the actual wand, but the hose is together, and here's your shutoff valve. There is no pressure gauge on this one, which would have actually been kind of nice, being that sometimes you might want to regulate the pressure, again, to be able to adjust the droplet size so you can control the drift as much as possible. But this model doesn't have it, so that's that. Pretty much a standard hose. It's got an on-off switch right here. We'll see how I like that. That remains to be seen, because if I have to if it's difficult to turn it on and off while it's still on my back, I might not like that so much, but we'll see how it goes. Something I noticed on the back is that it actually has markings here too as well. 4 gallons, 3 gallons, 2 gallons, and 1 gallon, and it's also got it in liters. If you're a pesticide applicator, then you know that a lot of the application rates, they talk about liters or quarts possibly, and even gallons for your dilution ratio. So I really like it that it's marked. And let's see here, it's got the straps here. The straps don't seem like they're anything special at all, except they do have these quick release clips, which I like that quite a bit. I really like that style as opposed to like snaps or anything like that. So I think that's going to be pretty good. And again, I don't know that much about it. I'm looking forward to using it and seeing how it actually functions on my back. So what I'm going to do now is I've actually got into Yard Book, and I have actually measured my own yard, and I know about what 1,000 square feet is. So I'm going to put about a gallon of water in this, and I'm going to spray that area of my lawn, okay? But the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to I'm going to put a gallon of water in this, and I'm just going to spray it out, and I'm going to see how long it takes me to spray 1 gallon. And that will help me to determine how fast I need to be walking to spray a particular amount of volume. And a lot of things are actually measured within 1,000 per 1,000 square feet, and that's what I'm going to do. So hopefully, my goal is actually to get 1 gallon out per 1,000 square feet. Okay guys, so I've decided to actually time it first, and then I'm going to spray the lawn. So I got my timer up. Oh, I almost got it up. There it is. And we'll hit start, and we'll start spraying. Uh-oh. I don't know if it's working. Okay, you remember that on-off switch? Yeah, forgot that. Okay guys, so we're having a problem now. This is the first time I brought this piece of equipment out, so it literally was, even though I had it out of the box before you guys seen it, I have not actually used it yet. And what it looks like to me is my on-off switch is actually broken. No! So, looks like I'm taking this piece of equipment back. So I'm back guys, and I returned my Chapin sprayer back to Northern Tool where I bought it from, and they refunded it absolutely no problem. But there was a problem for me. It wasn't that I didn't get my money back or that they weren't satisfactory in the customer service, but they just didn't have any more sprayers on the shelf anymore. So that was a problem for me, especially since it's really go time. I have to spray a yard tomorrow, and I have not yet tried out the Chapin backpack sprayer yet. So I have it today, and it is windier than all get out, let me tell you. But I'm going to try and calibrate this Chapin backpack sprayer, and let me tell you where I got it. I had to order on Amazon. I got it 1-day delivery. With free shipping. It was about 160 bucks. I'll get you an actual total and description. I'll just put it all down there. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to calibrate it. I got it filled up with a gallon. I'm going to see exactly how long it takes to spray out a gallon. Okay, so I just sprayed it out. I put a gallon in my Chapin backpack sprayer. It's the 24-volt version, and it took about 2 minutes and 50 seconds to spray an entire gallon out of it. So that means I'm at about 1 minute and 25 seconds per half gallon, and that's kind of interesting because I wonder how long it would actually take me to walk a lawn. So that's my next part of calibrating my backpack sprayer, is actually walking the lawn and spraying. I'm going to get that done. I'm come back and tell you guys how it went. I wish I could record it, but my camera, no kidding, will straight blow away. You will be like in an episode of Twister, let me tell you. So I'll be right back. So I walked the lawn and I sprayed it at what would be a normal walking pace for me, and I walked 1,000 square feet in 2 minutes and 26 seconds. Okay, so if my sprayer puts out at 1 gallon per 2 minutes and 50 seconds, then I should have the majority of my gallon gone. But I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. But here's my gallon mark. Here's my water level. This is about a half gallon right here. So I'm just under a half gallon. Now I did have some time left. I had about 30 seconds left, so that may have taken it up. But what this tells me overall, even though it's not very precise, it's that I'm walking too fast. So I'm going to have to slow my pace down. So that's something I have to remember when I'm walking these lawns, is I have to walk slower than my normal pace. So I'm going to try this again, and I'm going to see how it works. So I did better this time, but I still don't have it narrowed down. My clock said about 2 minutes and 55 seconds, so if I would have sprayed continuously, I should have been out of my gallon. And I did come close. I'll show you. Again, here's the gallon, here's the half, and I almost made it. So what that tells me, I still have to do a little bit more practice. I'm not going to do any more for you guys, but for you guys that are considering getting into spraying or even using this backpack sprayer, I'm finding out that I have to walk slower than my normal pace, and I'm probably a little faster than the average. So walk slow, and I'm going to get it. I'm going to nail it down. And So overall, I think I do like this backpack sprayer. It's a super windy day, so I can't really judge the spray pattern that well. However, it is teaching me about drift, so that's a good thing. I definitely can't spray on windy days. I'm probably not going to be able to spray tomorrow, so I'm going to spray Friday for my first time, and I'll try to give you guys a vlog this weekend about that. But overall, it's a great backpack sprayer. I'll put all the information into the description, and it's pretty simple and straightforward. You guys have already seen that. So this is pretty much where I'm going to end the lawn care portion of this video. Don't forget to stop by my storefront and pick up a shirt. I got mine. Look at that one right there. There you go. So that's my shirt. I got mine in the mail. Don't forget to support the Stork. Lord bless. Don't forget, I'm Matt the Lawn Care Little Guy, and it is good to be a little guy. Hey guys, the time has come again for tag time. That is time alone with God. And I just thank you for sticking around and hearing about what the Lord's been speaking with me. I've missed a video or two without putting one of these in there, and for that I'm very, very sorry. But here it is. I've got another one for you, and the scripture reference is going to be Judges 11:35, right? Like, who gets application out of Judges? I guess I do. Let me read it to you. It says, "And as soon as he saw her, he tore his clothes and said, 'Alas, my daughter, you have brought me very low, and you have become the cause of great trouble to me. For I have opened my mouth to the Lord, and I cannot take back my vow.'" As usual, I have to provide a little bit of context because one or two verses just doesn't do it justice. But what had happened, this is a story about a father, and what had happened was he had made a vow to the Lord, and he said if he did this, if the Lord would do this for him, then he would sacrifice the very next thing that walked out the front door of his house. So what had happened was the Lord had actually heard that vow. He answered his call, and then when the man returned home, the first thing that walked out of his door was his daughter. So he made a vow to the Lord that he would sacrifice his daughter without even knowing it, and it made him very sorry that he even made that vow. But he was going to be honest, and he was going to fulfill that vow. And sure enough, now, fair warning here, if you're someone who is still questioning the claims of Christ and you're watching these videos, this might seem just a bit harsh to you, and I think it even would seem a bit harsh to most people. Did this guy really kill his daughter just because he made a promise to the Lord? And the answer is yes. And it's interesting because just a verse after that, the daughter basically tells him, "Do as you told the Lord." So even she was submitted. But that's how important vows are. When we give our word, we are expected to hold to that word. And if we can't make good on that word, then it would be better not to make a vow at all. And I know that the Bible speaks of this in another area about how it is better, that's something that we ought not do. And it's because the Lord really desires that we would be honest when we speak to him, that we would not make vows, not make promises that we can't keep, because that's not consistent with who God is. God is faithful, and he is not a man that he should lie. He is not the son of man that he should change his mind. Does he not speak and then not act? That's from another part of Scripture. But if we're going to be like God, if we're going to be like Jesus, like Christ-like, then our yeses need to be yes and our no's need to be no. So what's my application? Well, you may or may not have gathered this because I've been talking a lot about being honest, but it's true. When we talk to the Lord, it would be better for us to be honest with ourselves, be realistic with what it is that we're willing to sacrifice to him. And just when we go to him in prayer, when we're going to him with our requests, how about we just recognize him as God and the provider of all things, because all things come from him anyway. So we ought not feel obligated to make a vow to him to get him to do what we want him to do, but rather just let him be who he is, and just be honest and transparent with him, because he knows anyway. But the reality of it is, if he does answer our prayer, we may be called to an account for the vow that we made to him. So my application is stay away from vows to the Lord and just be honest with him and just let him be him in my life. And I know that he is my provider, and all I have to do is ask, and I will receive anything that's in accordance with his will. So I hope that encourages you guys. I hope this actually encourages you that you don't have to perform for God, that he wants to bless you. He wants to fulfill your joy. And if you're someone that's watching this that doesn't know Jesus, I just want to invite you to consider the claims of Christ. I want you to consider the character of God, that he is honest God. He has integrity, and he wants the best for you. But he only wants you to draw near to him and to ask him humbly and without false claims that of your performance, and just recognize that he is God. So if you can do that, I just want you to consider that, talk to him, go to him with that, and then just see what happens. So this is the end of my tag time, and this also concludes my video for this day. So I am Matt, the Lawn Care Little Guy. Pray for me. I'll definitely be praying for you, and it is definitely good to be a little guy in Christ. Lord bless.